the surveillance and control of the United Nations and the Arab League. I think it is time for the major powers to stop political bickerings and should not hinder the work of the Security Council when it comes to protecting civilians. It is time for the members of the Security Council to work as one team and to express one voice to put an end to the atrocities in Syria and to enable the Syrian people to achieve its aspirations to freedom, democracy and justice. This cannot be achieved without taking effective measures against the Assad regime. And that can start by denying the regime's access to disinformation and to lies, by suspending Syria's membership in international organizations, to expel its ambassadors and consuls from all over the world, and to deploy a commensurate number of international observers in all Syrian cities, and to refer the crimes to ICC. But it is obvious that the regime in Syria is opposed to any peaceful settlement, has undermined the Kofi Annan's plan, and it continues to think that it is capable of undermining the Syrian People's Revolution. It continues to use heavy arms against now that the Syrian regime continues to use heavy weapons against civilians in Syria. It is time to provide these kind of weapons to the Syrian people to defend themselves and to achieve its aspirations. Thank you.
يبدو أن ليبيا لم تتغير أيها السادة بعد إزاحة النظام السابق.
It seems that Libya has not changed, gentlemen, after the ousting of the previous regime. Narcissism, extremism in the use of language that contravenes the principles of the Charter and international law and international humanitarian law indicates that there is a situation of legal and political hysteria on the part of the Libyan representative. Today, I want to put him in the same context as the Israeli delegate, to the effect that the Libyan representative, with his political heresy, which we have heard, only serves Israel. I advise the representative of Libya to be committed to the protection of the remaining Libyan civilians, and they try to use his political eloquence to regain his country's sovereignty and its independence and stability, and also to regain hundreds of billions of dollars plundered from the Libyan people by the same forces that invaded Libya after manipulating the resolutions of the Security Council. If the Libyan representative has a problem of a personal grudge against his own country and his own people, then let him keep this hatred to himself, instead of projecting his betrayal of the trust entrusted to him on the events in Syria. I did not want the gentleman to speak in such detail about this detail, but I will say it, and with it I will conclude my statement. There are terrorists from Salafi and Takfiri groups financed by Qatar and Saudi Arabia. They are training in Zintan in Libya, in a special camp administered by the intelligence agencies of those forces that invaded, destroyed Libya, killed and displaced the innocent Libyan civilians. This camp in Al-Zintan includes armed gangs which are being trained for dispatch to Syria. Many of them some of them have already been killed by the security agencies in Syria. Others have been captured. Hence, it behoves the representative of Libya to observe silence and to cease talking as if his country actually enjoys protection of civilians, which is incomparable to any protection anywhere else in the world. As for the Israeli delegate, suffices to say that he has accounted for more than 50% of the agenda of this organization since its inception, and the occupation by his country of occupied Arab territories, and the abuse of the question of Palestine and the people of Palestine, the settlement campaigns waged by his country, all of this has caused 60 vetoes exercised by some powers in this council to protect the Israeli contravention of the rules of international law. Here, the statement by the Israeli is same as the statement by the Libyan gentleman. Thank you.
I thank the representative of Syria for his statement.